You aren't part of the family anymore.
Fine. Consider everything canceled.
I'm 42 years old, and if you'd asked me last month what the worst moment of my life was, I probably would have said something dramatic, losing a client, car breaking down on the freeway. That time I accidentally wore mismatched shoes to a board meeting. Turns out, all of that feels like a warm hug compared to what happened over a medium-rare ribeye at Romano's Italian Steakhouse. You know, the place-dim lighting, overpriced napkins, olive oil with a backstory, waiters who pronounce risotto like they trained in Florence. It's where we celebrated anniversaries, milestones, Sophie's graduation. It's the place where I thought we were a family. But that night, Romano's became the execution chamber. Nicole sat across from me in her serious talk, dressed the black one that cost more than my first car, while our daughter, Sophie, scrolled on her phone like the world only existed on Instagram. I didn't sense anything was off until Nicole ordered the $48 steak without her usual fake hesitation about the price. No squint, no sigh. Just ordered it like it was a value meal. Then the waiter delivered our dinner, and Nicole, without looking up, sliced her steak and said, "We've agreed you're no longer part of the family." Just that. No build-up, no emotional pregame, no warning. Like she was telling me we were out of paper towels. For a moment, I genuinely thought I hallucinated it. I even glanced around, half expecting a camera crew to jump out yelling, "Gotcha!" But nope. She just kept eating, chewing slowly while dismantling my existence like it was part of her meal plan. I looked at Sophie, my kid, my baby girl, my everything. She didn't even look up. Just nodded casually as if her mother had asked whether she wanted dessert. That nod broke more in me than Nicole's words ever could. Because that's when I realized this wasn't spur of the moment. This was planned, rehearsed, executed. I had been voted out of my own family like I was the least likable contestant on a reality show. But here's the thing about being an accountant for 2 decades. When the numbers crumble, you don't panic, you recalculate. So I set my fork down, took a sip of overpriced sparkling water, smiled like I'd just been handed a bonus instead of the betrayal, and said, "Thanks for confirming. I'll cancel all the automatic payments." The silence that followed, oh God, it was artwork. A masterpiece. Tyler the waiter froze like he'd witnessed a robbery. Nicole choked on air. Sophie stopped scrolling, which, if you know teenagers, is basically cardiac arrest. "What?" she squeaked. But I didn't repeat myself. I simply paid the bill plus a fat tip because I respect actual work stood. Straightened my tie and told Tyler the chicken was excellent. Then I walked out of Romano's with my dignity intact and their world already starting to crack. I sat in my car for 3 minutes, letting the neon sign outside flicker like a victory banner. Then I opened my banking app. By the time I reached my office, I had cut the electricity cut, the gas cut, the water cut, the internet cut, the cable, cut Nicole's luxury gym membership, cut Sophie's Spotify, cut the car insurance on Nicole's BMW. Cut the meal subscription she never cooked but always Instagrammed, cut every comfort they took for granted. At 12:03 a.m., Nicole called 9 times. I flipped my phone face down, ate leftover lo mein, and felt a peace I hadn't tasted in a decade. The next 2 hours I spent replaying our entire marriage like a man rewatching a movie he suddenly realizes was terrible the whole time. 15 years of me working 70-hour weeks to build a life Nicole decorated like it was her personal stage. 15 years of paying for business ventures that were really just expensive hobbies. 15 years of raising a daughter who loved me until her mother taught her to see me as an ATM with legs. So I did what accountants do when everything goes to hell. I opened Excel, and I documented every cent I'd spent on that family. The house down payment, $80,000, private school tuition, $286,000, vacations, $70,000, BM, $58,000, Nicole's pyramid schemes, boutiques, essential oil misadventures, too much to count. Nails, Botox, spa memberships, enough to power a small city. By noon, I had a 17-page spreadsheet totaling $1.2 million ID poured into a family that treated me like a wallet with a pulse. At 2:17 p.m., Barbara, my mother-in-law, called, screeching, "How could you abandon your family?" "Funny," I said. I thought they abandoned me. Right around the time they kicked me out over steak, she sputtered. I hung up. Bliss, that night, I wrote the most beautifully cold email of my life. A formal financial disengagement notice outlining every expense, every misuse, and the 30-day deadline for them to account for shared assets. Then came the unraveling. My lawyer discovered Nicole had forged my signature and stolen $50,000 from our savings. Only $28,000 went toward the kitchen, the rest? Gone. She also stole a $35,000 inheritance we were both left by her aunt. That was fraud, criminal fraud. I froze every account in her name.